Every case has evidence, every clue has a story, and every mystery has a solution hidden somewhere in the facts. The question is, can you find it before we reveal the answer? This is the case file. Somerton Beach, Adelaide, South Australia. Wednesday, December 1st, 1948, 6 in the morning. Two horseback riders making their early morning route along the shoreline noticed a man propped against the seawall above the sand. He was well dressed, a brown suit, white shirt, tie, polished shoes with raised heels. He was lying very still, too still. When they came closer, they confirmed what they already suspected. The man was dead. Police arrived within the hour. What they found was this: a man, approximately 40 to 45 years old, 5 feet 11 inches tall, well-built and physically fit, gray-blue eyes, gingery brown hair going gray at the sides, clean-shaven, no visible injuries, no signs of a struggle, no signs of violence of any kind. There was a half-smoked cigarette resting on his lapel, unlit. He had apparently placed it there, or it had fallen from his mouth at the moment of death. Here is the first unusual fact. Despite the summer heat, it was an Australian December. The man was wearing a full suit, heavy clothes for a day at the beach. More unusual still, he had no hat. In 1948 in Australia, a well-dressed man without a hat was a notable thing. The police examined his pockets. They found the following items. 1. An unused second-class train ticket to Henley Beach, a nearby suburb. 2. A bus ticket, used, from the city to Somerton. 3. An aluminum comb. 4. A half-empty packet of juicy fruit chewing gum. 5. A box of Bryant and May matches. 6. A packet of Army Club brand cigarettes. But the cigarettes inside were not Army Club cigarettes. They were a different brand entirely. Someone had placed different cigarettes inside an Army Club packet. And 7. No wallet, no identification, no letters, no photographs. Nothing that named him. Police checked missing persons reports. Nobody matching his description had been reported missing. His fingerprints matched no record in Australia or overseas. His dental records matched nobody on file. The man had no name. An autopsy was performed the following day. The pathologist noted several things. The man's leg muscles were unusually well developed, high and toned, with an oddly pointed position to the feet, suggesting a lifetime of wearing pointed, high-heeled shoes. Some experts would later suggest the physique of a dancer. His pupils were smaller than normal. His spleen was 3 times its usual size and abnormally firm. His liver was enlarged and congested with blood. His stomach contained blood and the remains of a pasty. The pathologist's conclusion on cause of death: inconclusive. No known poison was detected. No physical injury was found. The man appeared to have simply stopped. With no name, no cause of death, and no missing person report, investigators decided to bury the body. But first, they took the unusual precaution of embalming him, making a plaster cast of his face and torso and burying him in dry concrete ground, specifically to make future exhumation possible if new evidence came to light. Something told them this case was not finished. They were right. In the weeks that followed, investigators found 4 more pieces of evidence. Here they are, in the order they were discovered. Pay close attention. One of these will become the most important clue in the entire case. Evidence Piece 1. The suitcase. 6 days after the body was found, investigators located a brown suitcase that had been checked into the cloakroom at Adelaide railway station on November 30th, the day before the body was discovered. The suitcase contained the following: a red checked dressing gown, a pair of slippers, 4 pairs of underpants, pajamas, shaving equipment, a light brown pair of trousers, an orange tie, 2 singlets, a coat, scissors, a screwdriver, a small knife, a stencil brush, and a stencil kit, the kind used to mark shipping crates and cargo. Every label had been removed from every item of clothing in the suitcase, just as they had been from the clothing on the body. And in the suitcase, investigators found a piece of thread, orange thread, an unusual shade, distinctive. The exact same thread that had been used to repair a torn pocket on the dead man's trousers. The suitcase was his, but it told them nothing about who he was. Evidence piece 2, the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. Several months after the body was found, a man came forward with something unusual. He said he had found a copy of the Rubaiyat, a collection of Persian poetry, discarded on the back seat of his unlocked car, parked near Somerton Beach on the night of November 30th, 1948, the night before the body was found. He had not thought much of it at the time, but when he heard about the case, he brought it to police. The Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam was not a common book in Australia in 1948. Police examined the copy carefully. On the back inside cover, they found something extraordinary. Written in pencil, faint, barely visible, was a sequence of capital letters arranged in 5 lines. Investigators called in military cryptographers, naval intelligence officers, and expert code breakers. None of them could crack it. The code has never been deciphered to this day. But there was something else in that book. On the very last page, the final page of the final poem, a small piece had been torn away. A tiny piece, roughly the size of a postage stamp. Evidence piece 3, the Tamam Shud scrap. 4 months after the original discovery, a pathologist re-examined the dead man's clothing more carefully than the first examination had allowed. During this second examination, he found something that had been missed entirely. Inside the man's trouser pocket, sewn in, concealed, was a small fob pocket, a hidden pocket within a pocket. And inside that hidden pocket, rolled tightly into a cylinder no bigger than a pencil, was a tiny scrap of paper. On the scrap were 2 words, printed in an unusual typeface: Tamam Shud, Persian, meaning, it is ended, it is finished, it is over. When the scrap was compared to the torn page of the Rubaiyat found in the car, it matched exactly. Same paper, same typeface, torn from the same page. The dead man had been carrying the final words of an ancient Persian poem hidden in a secret pocket on the night he died. Evidence piece 4, the phone number. Further examination of the Rubaiyat's back cover revealed something else beneath the undeciphered code. A phone number, written in pencil, faintly. Police traced it to a nurse named Jessica Thompson, who lived approximately half a mile from Somerton Beach. When police showed Jessica Thompson a plaster cast of the dead man's face, her reaction was noted by the attending officer as unusual. She did not say she recognized him, but the officer reported that she went very pale. Her pupils dilated. She gripped the table. She said nothing for a long moment. Then she said she had never seen the man before. Jessica Thompson was married. She had a young son named Robin. Police noted that Robin's ears were an unusual shape, a rare anatomical feature. They noted that the Somerton man's ears, visible in the plaster cast, had the exact same unusual shape. Jessica Thompson refused to say anything further. She maintained until her death that she did not know the man's identity. That is the evidence. 4 pieces: a suitcase full of label-less clothes and a stencil kit, an undeciphered code in a rare Persian poetry book, a secret scrap of paper reading Tamam Shud hidden inside a concealed pocket, and a nurse who turned pale at the sight of his face but denied knowing him. You now have exactly what the original investigators had on day 1. So here is the challenge. Stop the video right now. Using only the evidence presented, can you figure out who this man was? Can you work out how he died? And can you determine whether this was murder, suicide, or something far more complicated than either? Ask yourself these questions. Who removes every label from every piece of their clothing before going to a beach? Who carries a secret hidden pocket sewn inside their trousers? Who has a rare Persian poetry book with an undeciphered code written in the back, and the final torn page hidden on their body? And who has a phone number connecting them to a woman who goes pale at the sight of their face and refuses to speak? Put all of that together. Form your theory. Who was he? Who, if anyone, killed him? And what does the Tamam Shud scrap really mean? Pause the video now. Write it down. Talk it through with whoever is watching with you. We'll reveal everything when you come back, including the one clue that was sitting in the evidence the entire time, hiding in plain sight, that tells you exactly what kind of man died on Somerton Beach that December morning in 1948. Can you find it before we reveal it? We'll see you on the other side. You have the evidence. You have the scene. You have 4 clues and one very unusual witness reaction. Before we go any further, ask yourself these questions. Who is this man? How did he die? Why were the labels removed from his clothing? What does the Tamam Shud scrap mean? Was it a message, a farewell, or something else entirely? Why did Jessica Thompson go pale? And what is the stencil kit for? Investigators pursued several theories simultaneously. Theory 1, suicide. The Tamam Shud scrap, it is ended, suggested a final message. A man who had decided his life was over, who had come to the beach to die quietly. The absence of a known poison supported this. Certain rare poisons leave no trace in standard toxicology tests. A man with connections to intelligence services would know which ones. Theory 2, murder. The unusual organ damage, the enlarged spleen, the congested liver, the blood in the stomach, suggested a sophisticated poison administered by someone who knew exactly what they were doing. The fact that the body was found in a neat, composed position argued against a sudden death. Someone may have arranged him that way. Theory 3, espionage. It was 1948. The Cold War was beginning. The Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam was known to intelligence services as a book sometimes used for one-time pad ciphers, a method of encoding messages where a shared book becomes the key. The stencil kit in the suitcase suggested someone who worked with shipping or cargo, a possible cover for moving materials or documents across borders. The removal of all identifying labels was a tradecraft technique, and the undeciphered code on the back of the book remained exactly that, undeciphered, despite the best efforts of naval cryptographers. Investigators returned to Jessica Thompson repeatedly over the following years. She maintained her denial. But researchers working independently on the case in later decades discovered something significant. Jessica Thompson had, before her marriage, owned a copy of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. She had given it to a man she knew, a man who had subsequently gone to war. His name was Alfred Boxall. Police tracked Boxall down. He was alive. He still had the book she had given him, with an inscription from her inside. He was not the Somerton man. But the question remained. If Jessica Thompson had given one copy of this rare book to Alfred Boxall, had she also given a copy to someone else? Someone whose name she refused to speak even after his death? In 2022, University of Adelaide professor Derek Abbott, working with American genealogist Colleen Fitzpatrick, announced a significant development. DNA extracted from hair preserved in the plaster cast of the dead man's face had been analyzed using modern genealogical DNA techniques. Abbott's conclusion was that the Somerton man was most likely a man named Carl Webb, an electrical engineer and instrument maker born in Melbourne in 1905. Webb had been married and subsequently estranged from his wife. His whereabouts in the years before 1948 were largely unaccounted for. South Australian police and forensic authorities have not officially confirmed Abbott's findings. The case remains officially open. Carl Webb, if it was him, was 53 years old when he died. He had no known connection to intelligence services. He had no known connection to Jessica Thompson. And his presence on Somerton Beach on the night of November 30th, 1948, has never been explained. One more detail. A detail that was always in the evidence, hidden in plain sight from the very beginning. The cigarettes. Inside the Army Club cigarette packet found in the dead man's pocket. The cigarettes were a different brand. Someone had deliberately placed them in a packet that was not their own, either to disguise what brand he smoked, or to pass something, or to receive something. Because a cigarette packet is, when you think about it, an extremely convenient dead drop. A way to pass a small piece of paper, say a rolled scrap no bigger than a pencil, from one person to another, unobserved, in public. Here is what we know with reasonable confidence. A man, possibly Carl Webb, arrived at Somerton Beach on the evening of November 30th, 1948. He had traveled by bus from the city. He had previously checked a suitcase into the railway station, a suitcase containing clothes with no labels and a stencil kit used for marking cargo. He sat against the seawall. He died sometime around 2 in the morning. The cause of death was almost certainly poison, a sophisticated, traceless poison. He was carrying, hidden in a secret pocket, the final words of an ancient poem. It is ended. Here is what we don't know. Who gave him the poison, and whether he took it himself. What the undeciphered code means. Why Jessica Thompson refused to identify him. Whether he was a spy, a jilted lover, a desperate man, or something else entirely. And here is the clue that was always there, present in the evidence, waiting to be found. The hidden fob pocket. Not just that it existed, but what it tells us about the man who had it. A standard pair of trousers does not come with a fob pocket sewn inside another pocket. That pocket was added, custom made, by someone who knew they needed a place to conceal something small, something they did not want found under normal examination. A man who has a hidden pocket sewn into his trousers is a man who carries secrets professionally. Not a depressed man who wandered to a beach to die. A man who operated in a world where hidden things needed to stay hidden, until perhaps someone found them. The Tamam Shud scrap was not a farewell note. It was placed there to be found, eventually, by the right person. Someone who would know what it meant. Someone who would know which book it came from. Someone who had given him that book. It is ended. Those were not his final words to the world. They may have been his final message to one person, Jessica Thompson, who went pale and said nothing. The Somerton man case remains officially unsolved. Carl Webb has been proposed as an identity, but not confirmed. The code has never been cracked, and Jessica Thompson took whatever she knew to her grave in 2007. Did you solve it? The key clue was the hidden fob pocket, a pocket within a pocket, sewn in deliberately, used to conceal a rolled message. If you spotted that the pocket was custom-made and not standard issue, you were thinking exactly like an investigator. That is, the case file. A new case every week. Real evidence, real clues. One chance to solve it before the reveal. Subscribe, and we will see you next case.